Steve Kerr was born on September 27, 1965 in Beirut, Lebanon, to Malcolm H. Kerr and Ann Kerr. His dad was an American professor who taught about the Middle East and specialized in it. Stanley Kerr's grandfather worked with the Near East Relief as a volunteer and saved women and children in Aleppo and Marash before moving to Beirut. Kerr grew up in Lebanon and other places in the Middle East for most of his childhood. In the summer of 1983, he was in Beirut, where he met some U.S. Marines who would later die in the Beirut barracks bombings. Kerr went to school in Egypt at the Cairo American College, in Lebanon at the American Community School, and then in Los Angeles at Palisades High School. Steve's dad, Malcolm Kerr, was killed by the Shia Lebanese militia Islamic Jihad on the morning of January 18, 1984, when he was 52 years old and president of the American University of Beirut. Kerr was in his first year of college at the time. He was 18 years old. He had said this about the death of his father: "Before my father was killed, my life was solid. Other people had bad things happen to them." Things like this are hard to deal with. Steve's strong beliefs about life can teach us a lot. College career. From 1983 to 1988, Kerr played basketball at the University of Arizona, where he didn't get much attention right out of high school. In the summer of 1986, he was chosen to be part of the U.S. team that went to Spain to play in the FIBA World Championship. It was the last time that an American men's senior team made up of only amateur players won a gold medal. He hurt his knee in the tournament, so he missed the whole 1986-1987 season for the Wildcats. In 1988, when Kerr was warming up at Arizona State, fans of the Sun Devils made fun of him with chants like PLO and "Where's your father?" Even with tears in his eyes, Kerr led the Wildcats to victory. In the first half, he scored 20 points and made all 6 of his three-point shots. A few days later, Charles Harris, who's in charge of sports at Arizona State, sent him a letter of apology. Kerr got a Bachelor of General Studies from the University of Arizona in 1988. He focused on history, sociology, and English. NBA career. In 1988, he started his professional career with the Phoenix Suns. Then, the Cleveland Cavaliers got him in a trade before he later played for the Chicago Bulls. He then played for the Bulls for 3 years and for 1 year with the Orlando Magic. Kerr was a key part of the Bulls' second championship, which they won with his help. In 1999, the Bulls traded him to the Spurs. The Spurs won the championship that year, making Kerr one of only 2 players to win 4 straight NBA titles. What can you say? After playing for the Portland Trail Blazers for a year, Kerr finished his career with the San Antonio Spurs in 2003. Since he retired, he has worked as a TV analyst and as the Suns' general manager. In 2014, he became the head coach of the Warriors. Under his direction, the team went through its most successful stretch ever, making it to the NBA Finals 6 times and winning 4 titles in 2015, 2017, 2018, and 2022. The record for most wins in an NBA season was held by Steve Kerr and Michael Jordan's 1996 Bulls team. But the 2015-16 Warriors won 73 games, which was never done before. Kerr also won a gold medal as an assistant coach for the U.S. men's team at the 2020 Summer Olympics. He'll be in charge of Team USA in 2023-24. Now, let's find out how much the coach of champions gets paid. Salary. Steve made a total of $15.8 million during his time in the NBA. That's about $24 million in today's money. In his last season, 2002 to 2003, playing for the San Antonio Spurs, he made $2.6 million, which was the most he ever made as a player. In 2014, when he became the coach of the Warriors, he signed a $25 million 5-year contract, which is $5 million per season. In July 2018, he agreed to an extension of his contract. The terms were not made public, but it is thought that his salary did not change by much. Sportico says that the head coach of Golden State makes $9.5 million a year. Even though Steph Curry makes almost $46 million a year, this is still a lot of money. TV broadcaster. In 2003, Kerr became a broadcast analyst for TNT. He and another analyst, Marv Albert, gave commentary on sports events. During his time on the show, he did a segment called Steve's Refreshing Thoughts that was sponsored by Coors Light. In it, he talked about interesting facts from NBA history. This segment kept going and was called Steve Wonders, and Sprint paid for it. During the same time, Kerr also worked as an NBA commentator for Yahoo. He has been the voice of the in-game commentator for the EA Sports video games NBA Live 6 through 10. He has also given his voice to NBA 2K12 through 15 as a color analyst. Even though he was the coach of the Golden State Warriors that season, he stayed on as a commentator in NBA 2K15. Steve Kerr makes money by doing all these things. Now, let's see how Steve Kerr spends his millions of dollars. Mansions. Steve bought a $7.35 million mansion in Presidio Heights, San Francisco last year. It's very nice and has a lot of space. The mansion has 3.5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and is 4,000 square feet across 3 floors. It has a breakfast room/patio, a master bedroom with a living room in the shape of an atrium, and views of the Golden Gate Bridge and the Presidio, among other things. Steve Kerr seemed to be too kind when he paid an extra $1.55 million on top of the $5.8 million asking price. Kerr made a joke about how expensive the mansion was by saying, "I bought a house in San Francisco, and I'll have to coach for another 20 years to pay for it." Cars. Steve Kerr, unlike most other stars, doesn't seem to want to buy sporty cars and park them in his garage. When it comes to luxury cars, the Dubs head coach doesn't have too many. Still, Steve has been seen driving an Audi Q8, which costs around $80,000 and is a very expensive car. Charity. Steve Kerr is known for giving back to the community. He's also a strong supporter of the movement that says Black Lives Matter. Kerr has also given all of the money he made from speaking engagements to the East Bay College Fund for a scholarship. He set it up as a way to honor his father, Dr. Malcolm Kerr. Kerr has given away more than $600,000 so far. 20 people have been able to go to college because of what he's given. On the other hand, he and his wife Margot gave $1 million to the University of Arizona to help with renovations to the McHale Memorial Center and future improvements to facilities. Personal life. Steve and Margot were set up on a blind date while they were both at the University of Arizona. FanBuzz says that while Steve was playing basketball, one of his teammates, Bruce Frazier, tried to set him up with a girl. Even though no one knows what she does for a living, she does help her husband with his successful NBA career. The couple got married 3 years after they both graduated, and they've been together for 35 years. Talk about making it through tough times. Nick, Madeline, and Matthew are Margot and Steve's 3 kids. Total wealth. You've been waiting for this moment, and now it's here. Let's find out how much Steve Kerr is worth right away. Steve Kerr is worth a total of $35 million. He deserves it because he's one of the best coaches in the game. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Please consider dropping a like and subscribe to the channel for more celebrity and basketball content.